vile nimekuwa hapa na nikitembea na wananchi hawa wanisikia. Hii kitu ya SHA nataka kuizungumzia for the first time. And I want to address my president whom I voted for, whom I campaigned for. Hii ya SHA ambayo tulibadilisha sheria. Tukatoa NHIF, tukaleta SHA na Taifa Care. Na tukakubaliana tukasema ya kwamba wale watu ambao ni maskini hawana pesa, SHA iwalipie pesa ya hospitali kama wametibiwa. Hiyo ndiyo ilikuwa maono yetu na maono ya rais wetu William Ruto. Na akatuamrisha sisi tukatafuta Wakenya ili wajisajili kwa SHA. Wakenya zaidi ya milioni 15 wamejisajili kwa SHA na Taifa Care. Changamoto ile ambayo iko, wamama hawa wakienda kutibiwa hospitali, wengine wanakatazwa kwa sababu pengine ile hospitali tayari SHA wako na deni yake ya mamilioni ya pesa. The hospital has no capacity to treat them. Inakataa kutibu wale wamama na wale wagonjwa ambao wameenda kutibiwa pale ndani.
That is Didmas Baraza speaking. For those who know this gentleman, is one of the foot soldiers of President William Ruto, especially from Western Kenya. This is one guy who is close to Oscar Sudi, close to many other leaders who are known to be lieutenants of President William Ruto. And this is one person who has benefited from William Ruto's government immensely. On what basis? Remember, he's among the few members of parliament who own choppers. So you can imagine the source of the money that he bought the chopper, number one. Number two, remember there's a case against him, especially after the elections, where someone was shot and it was alleged that is the one who did the shooting. This person died, and that case so far we don't know what happened to it. So therefore, if there's one of the people in William Ruto's government who have benefited greatly from Didmas Baraza, it is him. And Didmas Baraza, as we speak today, we know very well that he is always among the first people to send William Ruto's message to whoever he wants to send it to. When Gachagua was almost being impeached before the tabling of the report in parliament, he's among the people who came out and spoke about it. That means whatever he says is not a joke. But now, it is becoming a bit unique when you realize that is the person coming on board now to criticize some of the government initiatives. As if that is not enough, listen to Boni Khalwale.
Because I'm here, and Minister, you are here, please, there's a problem. I watch you on TV as you struggle to explain about SHA and SHIF. Minister, that noise is not going to end. In fact, you are lucky that you are doing it on TV.
Boni Khalwale is a unique case. It's a unique case on the basis that, first of all, we know that he's a mature leader. Remember when he wanted Amos Kimunya to be impeached at some point, he's among the people who led the impeachment motion in parliament. So Boni Khalwale has always been speaking his mind, and he speaks maturely. I like his arguments in the Senate, and I always tell myself that I wish he does not go for the gubernatorial seat. Perhaps his political career will come to an end. Or maybe he will always be defeated in that seat, in that race, because he's always good in the senatorial seat. He won as the first senator of Kakamega. When he went for the second time as a governor, he was defeated. But when he went for the senator, he won again by a landslide. So I feel strongly that if he maintains that seat, he's going to be the senator of Kakamega County. So in a nutshell, I want to say that he fits in that position. However, we can't assume the fact that he's a UDA senator. And therefore, whenever he speaks to criticize the government, that is significant on its own way. Ladies and gentlemen, the message that is coming from the UDA allies or UDA members of parliament is significant, and that is going to form the basis of this analysis here today. But before I take you through, kindly, if this is the first time you are watching my videos, kindly make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Sorry, I've not been doing some videos. It's because actually I've been having some flu, which really prevented me from doing videos the way I usually do them here. these people's messages, these members of parliament, their messages to President William Ruto, actually, it has some weight. And there are some lessons that I was able to pick from the message from Didmus Baraza, and of course, none other than Boni Khalwale, the senator of Kakamega. Now, let me tell you that firstly, they represent the group in UDA which fears President William Ruto. They feel that criticizing the government, probably they might face the wrath of President William Ruto, just like Gachagua faced or any other leader who is against President William Ruto. So therefore, as we speak today, the fact remains that the voice of Baraza and Khalwale is simply the voice of many in UDA. But their voice has simple lessons that we have to learn, and that is what I want to highlight here. Number one in my list, it is the fact that there is now soberness that is developing in most of these leaders in government. Why am I saying so? I did not expect Didmus Baraza, someone who has been very eloquent and at the top of his voice supporting President William Ruto, whether he does a wrong thing or the right thing. He always defends the president. But coming out respectfully to speak about Shah, creating the picture on how Shah is not accepted on the ground and how it started and its intention, that shows that there's some soberness that is coming in some of these leaders of parliament. And probably I feel even the next 2.5 years they'll be in power. If they keep doing the same thing, then probably we might have one of the best, it could turn out to be a better parliament than the one we've been having for the last 2 years. We have to accept that as a country, Kenya, one of the greatest mistakes we have is the current parliament led by Moses Wetangula as the speaker. These people do not articulate what the people want, but what the president wants. And so long as you're a puppet of the president or a puppet of the executive, then as a country, we are done. As a country, we are done. So therefore, as we speak today, it's very clear that I feel strongly that if these leaders have come out clean now to speak soberly, then as a country, probably we are heading in the right direction. So therefore, it's a great lesson that I'm learning that the leaders probably they could be turning to be sober. The second lesson I have here, it is the fact that there's a message being sent to Moses Wetangula as far as his cabinet secretary nominee, Deborah Baraza, is concerned. Remember, the docket of health, it's entirely a reward to Moses Wetangula. After Ford Kenya rewarded President William Ruto with over 200,000 votes, and actually people say that the presidency was won in Bungoma County. So, the president awarded Wetangula with that seat. And in that seat, as we speak today, despite the wrangles we see between the cabinet secretary and of course the PS, the fact remains that Moses Wetangula's nominees have both failed terribly. We remember Susan Nakumincha. As we speak today, she's out of that docket, out of poor performance. And as we speak today, the second nominee, that is now Deborah Baraza, she's also doing poorly, not understanding what is happening in the Ministry of Health. Has constant struggles about Shah are actually a concern to most of the members of parliament and the general public. So therefore, it's a warning being sent to Moses Wetangula that probably your nominee is almost being kicked out of parliament, out of the cabinet. Also, if you check Raila Amolo Odinga's entourage, probably the health docket is going to be sacrificed. This is not just words that I'm saying here. Raila Amolo Odinga himself has started marketing Shah because we saw him in Kisumu, in Migori, speaking about Shah, saying how it is a good program if it is well implemented. Meaning he's also shifting blame to the implementers, which are being led by the cabinet secretary, that is Nancy Baraza. So therefore, Raila Amolo Odinga has interest on this seat. And there's a likelihood that Moses Wetangula is being given a polite message that prepare to lose this seat, because Moses Wetangula is sitting on that seat as a speaker illegally. And if you check, Azimio has the majority. If the Azimio with the majority could have voted for a governor, a speaker as we speak right now, probably Kenneth Marenda could be the Speaker of the National Assembly. and maybe Kalonzo himself could be the Speaker of the Senate. So it is very clear that Moses Wetangula is getting a very clear message that his nominees are not doing well, and probably they're going to be kicked out of the cabinet. Now, another lesson that I'm learning here is that the members of parliament have started to align themselves with the ground. They are becoming now fearful on what is happening in the ground. Sure, the moment they keep defending it, it becomes worse and worse. Now hospitals, private hospitals are being closed. And as we speak today, we have to admit that the SHA is also becoming worse, and the people are completely getting disappointed in the public hospitals as well. So this means the members of parliament are becoming tired of explaining to the people that it's going to be fixed, it's going to be fixed, it's going to be fixed. So therefore, as we speak today, the fact remains that the members of parliament are reading the situation in the ground, and for their re-election, they have started to say the right things as per to the expectations of all Kenyans who want these members of parliament to speak on their behalf. I don't know what's your take as far as these sentiments of these members of parliament are concerned, but please let me see in the comment section on what you think. But as per to me, those are the 3 lessons I was able to pick from the sentiments from Khalwale and of course Didmas Baraza.